I want you to be the first. My name is Cara Antoine. Based in the Netherlands, I am a global leader and innovative speaker who is passionate about creating positive change in society, the economy, and for our planet. I'm a technology advocate, education champion, and an empowering executive who fundamentally wants to enable people and organizations to achieve their full potential in this digital era. With 3 decades of dedicated experiences, I believe in being a powerful agent of growth and of transformation, driving impact in the intersection of technology and humanity. I've been really privileged to get to work with some of the world's most prestigious companies, including Microsoft, Royal Shell, Hewlett-Packard, Compaq, and Polaroid. And today, I'm the Executive Vice President and Chief Technology and Innovation Officer of Capgemini Europe. I am on a mission to help every person get the future they want. Today, I'd like to share with you a backstory about how I came to write my chapter, Be the First, for the book Women Making a Difference. And then I will share one of the chapters in my book called Breaking Barriers. So picture a pivotal moment in my teenage years, where at 14, I became the first girl in my school to delve into EE, that's electrical engineering. It was daunting, though I was confident, thanks to my teacher who said, "I believe in you." I felt like I could do anything I set my mind to do. I'm pretty sure that if he had not said those 4 words, I may not be here doing what I most love doing. Now, more than 40 years later, I'm the first female CTIO, Chief Technology and Innovation Officer. And I am not alone in this. My boss also had the courage to want to do things differently. Why is this important? Because we can pioneer representation and advocate for the underrepresented when we can be the first to break barriers. We can be a catalyst for positive change and a beacon of courage for others who get inspired by role modelship and seeing what others have achieved. And we can break down barriers to get more innovative and to truly create the future that you want. You know, at the age of 4, you are already being stereotyped about the things you can and cannot do. Think about those pajamas that we put little boys in that have space shuttles and rocket ships and allow them to dream of the possibility of one day going into space. And little girls, maybe their pajamas have kittens and ice cream cones and fluffy things. But imagine if at that time, a girl is put into rocket ship pajamas that gives her the signal, one day you will go to space. Well, today we do have a gap. We have a gap of more than 5 million women in STEAM, which is science, technology, engineering, the arts, and mathematics. And in our corporations today, our bias trainings are simply not doing enough. We're not moving the bar. If anything, we're moving sideways at best. But in many cases, we're still going backwards, as long as we don't take action and advocate for the change that we really need to see. So, what could this mean for you? How can you, being the first, actually make a difference? Well, we should challenge the stereotypes. We should actively dismantle gender-based stereotypes. We should promote inclusivity and diversity. We should empower each other through education and upskilling. We should be the change makers and take tangible actions, really advocate for things that we want to see. Don't just support them or be a good ally for things, advocate for the change and make it happen. And we should champion the leadership and representation that we want to see in every boardroom, in every conference room. So with that, I'd like to read to you a chapter that I have written that is called Breaking Barriers. Does one size fits all? Not in my experience. During my years of working at a global energy company, I wore a lot of personal protection equipment, or PPE gear, at our sites and facilities. Most sites did not have gear for women, so we wore men's protective clothing. Depending on the region I was in, for much of Europe and the USA, I wore extra small, and in Asia, extra large. The steel-tipped safety boots were often oversized, and I never enjoyed putting my feet into someone else's sweaty shoes. The front trouser zip on the jumpsuit coveralls served no purpose for us women, and the gloves that were made for men were typically falling off of my hands and coated in grease and grime. On assignment at one facility where there was only 2 other women on a 400+ man site, I was able to be a catalyst for change. The other women and I decided to get together and be the first to develop new PPE gear, designed by women for women. One immediate benefit was that we could keep our own PPE gear rather than suiting up into someone else's gear. And the longer-term effect, once we started to make women's PPE available for women at all our global sites, was that we collectively felt as we belonged at the company. And that was just so empowering. Knowing how important it was to other women made a huge difference for us all. Breaking barriers is not just about statistics or organizational benefits. It's about individuals who choose to be the torchbearers of change. By breaking the mold, they introduce a fresh perspective, paving the way for a more innovative and inclusive future, a cornerstone for achieving substantial impact in the workplace and the communities we inhabit. In professional spheres, particularly in business and technology, women breaking through barriers is akin to opening the floodgates of innovation. It's not merely a triumph for the individual. It's an affirmation that diversity is needed for progress. So why is this theme critical? Being the first to break barriers matters because it reshapes the narrative, injects diversity and inclusion into the DNA of industries. It's about shattering preconceived notions, challenging stereotypes, and carving a path for future generations. When women step into roles traditionally dominated by men, it sends a powerful message, a message that diversity is not just a buzzword, but a key to unlocking untapped potential. Imagine the ripple effect. As the actor Victor Webster once said, everything we do, even the slightest thing we do, can have a ripple effect. If you throw a pebble into the water on one side of the ocean, it can create a tidal wave on the other side. And I consider each of the actions I take as my pebbles. As women carve their paths, they reverberate through communities, inspiring others to dream bigger, aim higher, and embrace opportunities beyond societal expectations. Breaking barriers is both a personal journey and a commitment to fostering an environment where everyone, regardless of gender, can thrive and contribute. So consider breaking barriers a call to action, a pledge to champion diversity and inclusion, and a roadmap for future generations to follow. It's not merely about being the first. It's also about encouraging others to embrace their unique strengths, challenging the status quo, and actively contribute to a landscape where diversity is not just celebrated, but recognized as a driving force for transformative innovation. It lays the foundation for a future where barriers are dismantled and success knows no gender. The representation matters. Being the first provides representation for underrepresented groups. Seeing someone who looks like them or shares similar experiences can inspire individuals who might not have considered pursuing those opportunities. So remember your role. Be a supporter and an advocate for women in leadership roles and act, contributing to a more equitable and sustainable world. Transformative change is within your grasp, and you can contribute to a world where women shape a better future for themselves and the collective good. Your actions can represent a ripple effect that goes beyond individual success to become part of the collective force for change. As you navigate your own journey, I encourage you to draw inspiration from this narrative and recognize that, like me, you too can be a change maker, positively influencing the world around you. I want you to be the first. The script is yours. Step into the limelight and be part of this journey toward a brighter, more inclusive future. Ensure that the path is not isolated and empower others to maximize their success. As Viola Davis put it, to move through life with any level of grace and break generational curses, you have to be a hero. Embrace your heroism. Define where your life goes and be brave in shaping a destiny that transcends generations. And remember, I believe in you.